Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. I'm here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure. And today, like every day, we ask questions. We explore life. And when we do it together, we feed on each other. We feed on each other's backgrounds. We feed on each other's experiences. And you know what? There's more wisdom when we do something together. There's just more wisdom because in our little ego, we're limited. But if we bring all of ourselves together and we ask questions and we explore answers, my God, do we focus differently? And that's what I'm talking about today. Focus. Where you put your attention is where your energy goes. Where your energy goes is what you experience. You could be in Disneyland and you could be putting your focus on how crowded it is. The person next to you can be putting their focus on what joy it is to be in such a playground, and the two of you will have completely different experiences. There could be a third person. They're focusing on, oh my God, there's a little rain. And so they're going to have a different experience. And you know, it's so interesting is that no two people are ever having the same experience, and it all comes back to what? Focus. It's fascinating. Do you focus on health or do you focus on not health? Do you focus on abundance or do you focus on lack? Do you focus on the fact that your relationship may not be what you may want it to be? Or do you focus on all my relationships are a direct reflection of me? You see, if you focus on the fact that all my relationships are a reflection of me, then it brings you back to the idea that I can change who I am. And when I change who I am, my relations will reflect back differently. Do you get that? It's fascinating. Focus, perspective, where we put our attention. Where are you most limiting yourself? That's a great question. Where do you feel most limited? And then say, how am I putting my attention there? What am I focusing on? Chances are, if you're feeling limited, that's because you have a limited focus. And here's a key thing. You can let yourself off the hook because why? Because your focus was probably unconscious. You didn't even know you were focusing that way. You were taught that probably as a little child, and you didn't even know that that was where your subconscious nature automatically went. But here's the key thing. Now that you're grown up, you are responsible for the ability that you can change where you focus. You don't have to keep going back to where you were as a child when you were deeply wounded, where you were scarred, where you felt abused. You don't have to go back there because guess what? The past only exists when we bring it forward into the now. In the now, the past doesn't exist. I hate to tell you that, but all the suffering you're doing from the past is your own problem because you keep bringing it up. And people say to me, Lee, you're so unkind. You're not empathetic. You need to have more compassion. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not here to feel sorry for anyone. I'm here to teach people that there are ways to get over the past. The best way that I know is to take that event from the past and bring it into balance. And you say, whoa, what do you mean, Lee? I said, well, if you have a negative event in your past and you've built up all the negatives about that event, it's going to scar you. Now what you've got to do is you've got to go find out what good came from that event. If that event hadn't happened, what good would not have happened in my life or to other people? And I'm going to tell you, you're going to find if you are honest and you are open and you're thinking outside your limited paradigm, you're going to find that there's always as much good as perceived bad. Always, always. It's always in balance. And the second you come into the idea that it's in balance, guess what, folks? the emotional charge disappears. And when the emotional charge disappears, you are set free. You are no longer imprisoned by your past. Richard says, turn the subconscious breathing into conscious breathing. Great way to start. Dee Dee says, I loved your video on what is agape. Hey, thank you, Dee Dee. I so appreciate that. For those of you that haven't seen it, I put out a video on my birthday called What is Agape? It's basically what is love. Highly encourage you to watch it. I'm going to show you what love is in a different way than I think anyone else has ever put together. And I think it'll give you something to question, something you to look at. And I would ask you this. If it stimulated you to think differently in any way, you found it beneficial, share it. Be bold, share it. This way we can change the planet. And we do it by changing one person at a time. We change ourselves, and then we give the information that we use to change ourselves to others so that they can change themselves. That's the key to it. That's what I'm doing. Every day I come on here and I talk to you. Every day I come and I talk to you because maybe there's an opening in your consciousness that you can hear something that will tickle you, just tickle you a little bit, to ask a new question that will allow you to expand into a greater version of you. Now, I don't know what that is. I'm going to tell you what. I don't care what it is either. The only person that matters is that you care, that you choose, that you become empowered. And then guess what? Your light starts to radiate at such a high level that other people are going to see your light and you become an example to them. That's how we change the world. Here's what Dee Dee just said. Someone told me to think, what would someone who loves themselves do? I never need to do that. I know who I am. I know that I am an individualized expression of love of God. Here's the thing. When someone says, what would you do? What would someone do who loves themselves? Here's the key word. They would accept themselves as they are. That's love. They would accept themselves as they are. And guess what? When you accept yourself, all self-judgment falls away. And that, my friends, is true love. The second judgment comes in, love disappears. And don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. Love disappears. Orlando says, how do you accept yourself? Well, Orlando, here's a great web place to start. Get in front of the mirror. Look at your face. Look in your eyes and say, those are my eyes. I accept them as they are. Look at your hair. I accept them. Look at the wrinkles on your face. I accept them. Look at your shoulders. I accept them. Look at your chest. I accept them. Look at every part of your body and say, I accept them. Look at your past and say, that past was perfect for everything that I am. I accept that that happened to me. I'm not fighting against anything. You see, when you stop fighting against anything, that's acceptance. See, I can accept myself. I just had my 70th birthday on Friday. I accept that I'm 70. I also accept that I can have the body that functions at the level of a virile 25-year-old male athlete. Whoa, you say, whoa, you're 70. Yeah, I'm not buying into collective race consciousness. I'm the same weight that I was when I was 18 years of age. I can walk. I do 3.5 miles every day. I lift weights in the gym, and I probably lift more weights than most 80%, 90% of the people out there, no matter what the age. I can do what a 25-year-old does physically. Because I've set that intention. And not only the intention, but I act as if. You can't be a young 25-year-old buck or buckess unless you're doing what 25-year-olds do. You've got to use your body instead of sitting around doing nothing. Extra weight, that makes you old. I can't say that enough. Extra weight makes you old. It's not freeing. More weight is what? It confines you. More repressed emotions. What do? They confine you. That's why when you get into acceptance, you release that and set you free. Well, gang, that's my talk for right now. At 10:30 my time, I'm going to be doing a live Agape service. So if you want to plug in, I'll be at the same place, Facebook or YouTube. I'll be plugging in there. Please, if you haven't watched my talk, What is Agape? Go to YouTube, watch it. See what it does for you. Until next time, know, if no one else says it, I will. I love you and I accept you just like you are. Have a great day, everyone. Better yet, create a great day. Aloha.